Poplar Avenue and Highland Street has been a landmark corner for years, in part due to Poplar Plaza's second-floor exterior facade. Longtime Memphians may remember a giant Elvis wearing gold lamé in the window when the space housed the Spin Street record store. More recently, it showed promotional University of Memphis graphics. Now the owners of Poplar Plaza are taking a new strategy with leasing for the shopping center, something they call dwell time. I'm Mary Casciola. Today, commercial real estate reporter Andy Ashby joins us to talk about it. Andy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so this is an exciting time for Poplar Plaza. But first, let's talk about Poplar Plaza. What can you tell us about it? How old is it? How big is it? Why do we need to know about it?
It's pretty old and pretty big. It has a really interesting history when it comes to retail real estate. It was built in the 1940s, and it was one of kind of the beginning of retail real estate heading east.
Okay.
It was, some sources called it one of the first suburban shopping centers in the entire country, actually.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
In the late 40s it was built. Lowenstein was the main one. They were a department store downtown. They used to be in Brinkley Plaza, which is a building I used to work at. Then they built that big white tower, Lowenstein Tower at Court Square. But then in the 40s, they decided they wanted to be out east and follow the suburbs, as it were. So basically, they did one called Lowenstein East, and it was really known for a lot of things. Number one, the display, which kind of mirrored what they were doing downtown, that traditional department store type of real, display. And then they also had a lot of parking spaces. They were making a big deal that they had 125 parking spaces.
I do love a lot of parking spaces.
Sure.
When needed.
Yes. Well, you and a lot of other retailers,
So wait, is that like the thing that is at the corner of Poplar and Highland, like the thing where Elvis was?
Yeah.
Does that date back to the department store, or is that not the same thing?
I believe it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
So that was the hard corner. That's what it was kind of known for, and then it's been kind of developed around that a little bit. But yeah.
Because otherwise that thing doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I guess it could if you want to be. It kind of falls in that old world way of just making a big show.
Yeah.
I mean, you have those high traffic counts on Poplar and Highland, so you want to be seen. So it makes sure if you're, going to open up your big suburban thing, you want it to be as visible as visible as possible.
Possible. Yeah, possible on Poplar.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it is very visible, but you don't see a lot of that type of signage in other shopping centers.
Yeah, you really don't.
Okay, well, let's talk about what else you don't see in other shopping centers. What are they trying to do now? Like, if I look at Poplar Plaza, how is it different from the shopping center that's like across the street where the A-Tan is, or the Chukis? Like, what are they trying to do?
Well, I mean, one thing, it's a lot larger. It's 352,000 square feet with large tenants like Kroger and Petco, more of these national ones. So it's definitely more visible. One thing that they're trying to do is focus a little more on experiential tenants that lead to more of what we kind of talked about, dwell time.
Yeah.
And that appears to be kind of a national trend among a lot of property owners. I mean, one of the reasons for this is just online shopping. People are going on to Amazon.
Yeah.
They used to go buy shoes. Now they're buying it online or whatever. They can have it to you within a day, so why are you going to the store? I mean, I think I read about 80% of shopping still happens in person stores, but still, online's just been more and more prevalent. So these property owners are doing whatever they can to kind of fill their stores and looking for more of an experience, oftentimes, where people can hang out a good bit.
Yeah.
A lot of them, traditional retailers don't necessarily lend themselves to hanging around. You go to Kroger.
Right.
You're not hanging around Kroger.
Do not hang around
You're getting
Kroger.
your groceries. I mean, you might. I don't know. But Sorry.
Who can say? I don't know. But I will say, like, if like let's turn to like restaurants, right?
Yeah.
Like restaurants are trying to turn the tables. Like,
Yeah.
come in, eat. We love you being here while you're eating, and then get out so we can get someone else in.
Exactly.
So it seems like it's sort of a different way of doing business.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the examples that are in the shopping center? What are the places where they want us to dwell?
Okay. Well, some of the newer tenants they've landed are Feast and Graze, which is a charcuterie concept, Board to Beers, the Studio Karaoke, and Highland Nail Bar.
Okay.
The charcuterie, that kind of makes sense. It's not a fast food. You're sitting down at a table. There's, various cuts of meats and cheeses and whatnot. Board to Beers is a really interesting kind of a throwback store in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a bar and it's got food, but it's got 3,500 games from across the world. And
I have been to Board to Beers, and I was honestly overwhelmed by the number of games. So, which game do you want to play? We have 3,500.
Yeah.
Like Monopoly, I guess.
And they're happy to teach you about them too.
Yes.
It's very community oriented. Like the people, they have regulars who will show up and play just various games, and you almost never run out of games. But they're always, I've gone in there a couple of times with my son and other people, and they're always looking to teach you how, like, we got this new game in.
Yeah.
And it's very much a community that you might not get at a lot of retailers.
Yes.
So again, that kind of lends into that dwell time concept, because it's this community that you're maybe not getting online or whatever.
Right.
And then the Studio Karaoke, that Finard actually leased them their old office space. That's what kind of their technique.
Huh.
They'll move their office space. They'll fix it up nice.
Okay.
They'll lease it out. They'll move to a different part of the shopping center.
Interesting.
And they're constantly doing that. But it's not a bar necessarily. You rent a booth for like corporate functions or your own friend group.
Right.
And you spend a lot of time there. And even the nail bar, which doesn't seem like a place you'd hang out, they have a full bar.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So it's literally a bar.
Okay, yeah.
Inside a bar. It's very meta. So again, these are ones that are designed to kind of get them to hang out. And then also in the past, they've done like a pop-up pickleball concept. They're looking at that, but they're also looking at maybe like a virtual golf type thing, like the swing shacks and whatnot. Where again, you're hanging out for a longer period of time rather than just 10 to 15 minutes.
I will say there is the pickleball concept that is in Bartlett, that's in like the former movie theater, is really interesting because you can see the bones of the movie theater, and you're like, oh, I'm in the movie theater, but I'm also on a pickleball court. So.
Well, and that's a whole other thing. I mean, adaptive reuse. I mean, retailers are just having to be more and more creative. I mean, you look out at Cordova and all those kind of old, Kmart's type big box. Now you have the international market over there and same thing with Winchester, which is an old super regional trade area. You're seeing these large concept, and I think those are kind of fun stories to see how can they take these large spaces and with a new concept that will get people in, when the old ones kind of go away. I
feel like that segues beautifully into that sort of anchor space because has anyone been in it since Spin Street left?
Not a large one.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they tried for a while. It's about 15,000 square feet. And then they split it up into a couple of bays to 6 bays. Okay. And then they've had a little here, a little there. But then the latest is, Dave's Hot Chicken is the most visible, but they're not taking up 15,000.
Right, they're not getting that whole space because it's a large space.
Yeah, I mean 15,000 square feet. You got to think like fast food places are 2,000 to 3,000 square feet. So,
but they will take that sort of vertical facade thingy. Yes. I don't have a great way of saying that. Like, what is that thing called?
I'm calling it a large glass tower display.
Okay. So Dave's is taking the large glass tower display.
Yes.
And we'll do something with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. And what do we know about Dave's?
Well, Dave's is it's a fast casual chicken concept that was founded in Los Angeles around 2017. They specialize, strangely enough, in Nashville hot chicken, and they have almost 400 locations across the country. Actually got bought by a private equity firm last year for around $1 billion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's big money in hot chicken apparently. But Finard has really given them a lot of leeway with that space, especially that front design, the glass tower. Rick Smith, who's their director of real estate, described it as, he said, it's going to be a flying saucer with a beam and some really cool lights, so that you're kind of getting the experience of being beamed in as you go in through the door.
Oh, my goodness.
So imagine you're walking in and you're looking up and it's just kind of coming down. I think he said something about smoke, but I don't remember that. That'd be really cool if they could pull that off.
Okay, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, a little bit of a show with your dinner, as it were.
You can just wait for the first time they turn the lights on that, and drivers down Poplar and Highland are having like a little moment as they see it. Like, what is that?
That's just what they're doing with buildings these days too. A little more display.
Well, I guess we've sort of touched on this, but it's very interesting, sort of this change to experiential, because like, what is the sense of how retail is driving this change? Like, I was trying to go to a mall over the weekend, really wanted to go to a mall. There's not that many malls left.
Sure.
Right? Like sometimes you just want to go like look at stuff, feel the fabrics, try on the shoes. But that has changed. That experience in retail exists in some way, but in a less way, I guess, is what I would say. So how has that change influenced what they're doing now?
Well, yeah, used to be, brick and mortar retail was the only way.
Yes.
There was no
Yes.
digital option, and as more people are going online, it's something you have to look for things that they can't get online.
Right.
Also, I guess a lot of retailers are counting on people getting digital fatigue. You can't just stare at a screen all day without having to, touch grass, as my 15-year-old would say. You
need to go touch grass. Yes.
Yeah. But it's also possible that you could see a return of this. I think retail's kind of come and go, and even Amazon. I read an article about them, how they're focusing more on brick and mortar. They kind of put bookstores out of business, and they're building I think it's a 2,300 square foot store outside of Chicago.
Interesting.
They bought Whole Foods,
right.
which is very much a physical entity. People think of trends as kind of going away. I remember, vinyl was going away, and now it's bigger than ever.
Right. Everything is cyclical.
Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun, And
Great.
Yeah, I'm just saying, this could come back. It's impossible to predict. But, yeah.
Well, Andy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
If you are listening to the interview on YouTube, we'll see you tomorrow. And if you are listening via your favorite podcast platform, more news is coming up next.